Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Today I have 3 items that I wish to discuss with you today. First, the PNP together with the National Historical Commission of the Philippines and Pronove Thai and Associates Philippines Incorporated signed a tripartite memorandum of agreement today to revive patriotism through the encouragement of replacement of old, worn-out and tattered Philippine national flags and hoisting of clean flags across the nation. This agreement also aims to educate and create awareness among the public and private stakeholders on the proper display of the national colors. With this, the PNP shall enforce the provisions of the flag law on the proper display, storage, and safekeeping of the flags. Second, I take the latest survey results on public perception to alleged extrajudicial killing with a full cup of salt. It shouldn't be surprising that 78% are afraid of getting killed. Who isn't afraid to die anyway? I do not want to dispute the statistics derived by SWS, except that there is something amiss with how the questions are framed in relation to the perception of alleged police involvement in illegal drugs and alleged EJK. Responses to the question, gaano po kayo nangangamba na kayo o sino mang kilala ninyo ay maging biktima ng extrajudicial killing or EJK, cannot be validated by respondents without keen awareness or understanding of EJK as we know it from Administrative Order Number 35, Series of 2012 by President Aquino. The survey missed the crucial point of determining the respondents' awareness of EJK before going any further, or at the very least, providing a briefer to define EJK for the respondent. Nonetheless, that doesn't change the fact that a large majority continue to support the national crusade against illegal drugs and show appreciation to the improved drug situation in their own communities. Finally, as the Chief PNP, I fully acknowledge my status as a public figure owing to my designation to a high national office. I am most accommodating and gentle in obliging to requests for photo opportunities, pictorials, and random selfies and groupies even with total strangers and persons outside of my wide circle of acquaintances and friends, with the understanding that the captured images are strictly for personal purposes of prosperity and goodwill. I disclaim, however, the unwarranted use of any of my edited pictures in memes or social media messages and postings with political undertones and themes that suggest partisan predisposition upon my person and the office that I represent. My social media engagements are exclusively through the official social media platforms administered by the PNP and on a limited extent in my personal account for prosperity and photo ops and not meant to endorse a candidate or a political party. I therefore detach myself from any use of my pictures in non-PNP related correspondence, public announcements, advertisements, or commercial and political endorsements. For that matter, I humbly discourage political parties and candidates from using pictures and videos of any PNP personnel for campaign materials and political messages that could bring misrepresentation of a PNP officer endorsing a candidate or a party. We strongly remain faithful to our apolitical and non-partisan character as a deputized law enforcement agency of the Commission on Elections. Please spare the Philippine National Police from partisan political activity. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you, sir. And we will now enter on the 3 topics first. First round will be on the topic, and then second round will be other matters. So first question, Raymond Dadpaz.
Sir, good morning. Doon sa nabanggit nyo tungkol sa social media post, meron na ba kayong mga politicians or groups na na-caution regarding yung mga pictures na ginamit, pretending to, or the message, pretending to to sway the public na ang PNP or kayo mismo ini-endorse nyo yung mga specific political groups or political persons?
Well, this is precisely why we made this statement. Kasi baka merong maglabas ng ganyan. No, I saw one post na merong kasing nag-edit dun sa picture which is an official guesting ko, no, at meron pang mga captions. Kaya although wala namang endorsements doon, no, so ito for preventive measure at saka for to disclaim. At in the future biglang magamit yung not only me, no, pati yung mga ibang mga pulis natin, whether PO1 yan or regional director yan, no. Let me assure the public na hindi po yan for any advertisement or to endorse a political candidate or a political party.
Thank you. Next question on the topic. Yeah, Lloyd.
Good morning, sir. Ask ko lang po yung regarding in relation po sa SWS survey po. So recently po si President Duterte said na yung war on drugs po will be more bloodier in the next 3 years po. So do you think po ba yung war on drugs natin magiging successful siya in the remaining years of President Duterte po?
You know, I see the statement of the President pag sinabi niyang talagang bloodier, more chilling, yung sinasabi niya, this is one way of him to emphasize, no, to emphasize and focus on our campaign against illegal drugs. Dahil nakita ng ating Presidente, despite our effort, magmula nung pag-upo niya, no, na talagang nakabuhos yung attention natin dito, particularly the law enforcement agencies, the different law enforcement agencies. Despite yung talagang effort natin dito, ay marami pa rin yung at malaki pa rin ang problema natin sa illegal na droga, no? Kaya this is one way of him emphasizing yung talagang siguro kailangan pa nating i-double time kung kailangan, kung kahit na triple time siguro itong effort natin on illegal drugs. This is one way of emphasizing itong campaign natin against illegal drugs.
Do we have any other questions on the topic? Cahiles, CNN.
Good morning. But yung result ng SWS survey, sir, does that bother you as PNP chief, sir?
Well, it bothers us in a way na parang lumalabas is we are trying to condition the minds of our people na palagi mayroong alleged na EJK, no? If we'll see, akita natin during the first few months probably of the presidency of President Duterte, talagang bulusok yung war on drugs, talagang bulusok yung kampanya natin dito. Itong linalabas na ito, parang we're trying to tell, what are we trying to tell to the public? Kasi kaya nga namin kinuha yung question, no? The question itself, parang medyo mali naman kagad na gaano po kayo nangangamba. Everybody would be scared, of course, no? Sabi ko nga, sino bang hindi takot mamatay? Sino bang hindi maging takot na maging biktima ng krimen, no? Everybody siguro, takot tayo lahat maging biktima ng krimen. Takot tayo siguro lahat na mamatay ng basta-basta na gano'n. 'Di ba? Kaya the question itself, ito yung sinasabi nga natin, no? Let us be responsible enough na this is parang we really don't know kung ano ang motivation nito, no? We really do not know. No? This is a private corporation, It's a private agency that we cannot control of, that we have no control of, no? Hindi natin alam kung yan ay nagagamit o hindi. We really do not know, no? What we are asking here is, what we humbly ask is for them to be responsible. Yung importante dito is our social responsibility. Ano bang gusto nating palabas sa ating mga kababayan dito?
Alright. Sir,
And in the first place, yung EJK nga, ito na, walang tayong ma-prove na EJK. No less than the human rights already said that, na hanggang ngayon wala namang ma-prove that there's EJK. No? And we have already, over the years, we have improved on our peace and order situation. Even in the alleged killings na ganito, no? Even the alleged killings, even the mga murder, whether you call it EJK, death under investigation, homicide under investigation, no? Makita naman natin yung statistics natin dito. We're improving on it, no? At yung PNP is doing everything. Is doing everything para maiwasan itong mga riding in tandem na ito, yung mga killing sa streets, no? Whether they are drug related or not.
Sir, in relation to that, can you give us an update po dyan sa mga death or homicide cases under investigation, and how are we working to solve it? Kasi because human rights group would say...
Number one, to solve yung sinasabi natin wala tayong ginagawa doon sa mga homicide under investigation. Kung wala tayong ginagawa, bakit pa natin sinabit sa Office of the Solicitor General yan? All the folders were submitted to the Office of the Solicitor General. At kung hindi ako magkamali, when I was with the when I was RD of NCRPO, almost 50% of the deaths under investigation have already been solved. Ibig sabihin, hindi ito or cleared. Merong na-aresto na mga suspects, merong na-identify na suspects at large, merong ding na-neutralize or napatay sa police operations na suspects in the different cases. Although we admit na hindi yan 100% solved lahat. Pero I think a number of, kung hindi ako magkamali, less than 50 or about a little over 50% na solved na. In fact, there was one time that we appeared at the Senate na tinanong yan ni Senator Lacson na sinabi niya kung kumusta na yung sabi ko ito mga 49, kung di ako magkapali 45% or about a little over 50% have already been solved. So sabi niya, ginagawa naman pala natin ng we're doing everything to solve these cases. No, hindi natin naman tinutulugan ito. Kaya that's why if there will come a time na talagang i-resubmit yan sa Supreme Court, no, i-resubmit natin. Although as far as last year, na-submit na natin yung mga lahat ng folders sa Solicitor General.
Any other questions on the topic before we proceed with other matters? Okay, sir, for other matters, sir, Alfred.
Sir, dito lang sa controversial service. This matter politics, sir. Kasi yung timing ng release is campaign period naman, sir. Lahat po ng ibanan sa presidente.
Well, kaya nga, we just hope na itong mga ganitong agency na hindi magpagamit sa politics. Sana hindi tayo magpagamit sa politics pagdating sa ganito. Let us be fair to the Filipino people. Let us all be fair to the Filipino people. They deserve the truth. Yung ating mga kababayan dito, no? Huwag nating paggamit yung ating opisina sa any political party or any political exercise for that matter. Dahil ito po ang nababasa, nakikita ng ating mga kababayan, no? Kung man totoo, no, na nagpapagamit o hindi. Hopefully, hindi. Sana nga hindi tayo magpagamit. Dahil ito, we should be apolitical also pag mga ganito. No? We give the public what the truth. No? Ito yung yung ating reason for existence. Di ba? Itong mga corporation na to. Huwag nating paggamit yung opisina natin in any political exercise. Sana nga hindi. Ayaw namin isipin yun.
You have further question? No more. So we'll proceed with other matters. First question, Leia Ilagan.
Hi sir, good morning. Sir, nadagdagan ba yung listahan ng election hotspots natin?
Hindi pa. It's still the same. Yung kung ano yung nai-present natin, it's still the same. We have hindi ko alam kung kailan ulit yung it's the Directorate for Operations who attends the regular meetings with the COMELEC.
Follow-up, Leah?
Sir, sabi ng COMELEC, hindi pa daw din sila nagre-recommend ng mga bagong lugar na mapapasama dun sa election hotspot.
Yes, wala pa. Wala pang re-recommend sa amin. Wala pa.
Sir, kayo,
I don't know when when is the next regular meeting of the PNP, COMELEC, and the Armed Forces.
Pero sir, kayo, ang PNP, nag-recommend na ba kayo ng...
Continuous yung ano namin. Well, kung ano yung binigay sa amin ng COMELEC, we are continuously validating yung mga anong yun. Kasi on the next meeting kami ang tatanungin dyan kung ito yung mga to talagang i-maintain natin na suspects or not.
Sir, sabi ng COMELEC, hindi daw dapat ilabas yung listahan ng mga narco-politician habang hindi pa natatapos yung halalan dahil negative campaigning daw po yun.
Well,
Reaction po ng PNP.
it's up to the office of the president probably. Nasa presidente yan kung talaga ilalabas niya o hindi. No, nasa kanya or probably the SILG dahil or the PIDEA for that matter dahil silang may hawak ng narco list.
Pero sir, nasa ilan na? Kung may listahan kayo, ilan?
Ako personally, I have not seen the list. Kaya hindi ko masabi yun. Personally, I have not seen the list. The very old one, yun yung mga, hindi ko na matandaan kung ilan talaga. Yung mga first, second, third list lang naman ang nakita ko before.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other, Chino?
Or may phone in lang na office. Yung sa Sampaloc, sir, na MPD, Manila Police District na station doon, may bago na namang insidente ng nanlaban at namatay. In time, of course, no, dun sa survey ng SWS, does this, you think, detracts, supports, or makes the situation worse?
Unang-una, yung report nila, although they submitted the report, no, but then again, hindi naman natin sinasabi na totally kapag sinampit yung especially so yung mga ganyang mga incidents na sinasabi ng laban. This has to be investigated by our IAS. And I'm sure the IAS will conduct a motu proprio investigation on this. Kasi it doesn't mean na kapag nag-submit ng report yung ating police station ay parang gospel truth yun. It's not the gospel truth. We can assure you that. So these things will be investigated by our IAS.
Yes.
Ryan, about TV5, sir. Sir, regarding lang po dun sa Quezon, yung niresto po ng walang warrant of arrest na pedicab driver, sir. Nangangamba raw kasi sa buhay niya, sir, yung nabanggit po ito ni Senator Ebol Joke, no, sir? Sir, ano natin?
Well, unang-una, hindi natin alam bakit na lumabas yan. Is it because of the election fever or not, no? Kaya ngayon na sinasabi natin, baka let yung ating mga kababayan maging aware dito, baka ito pong mga ganitong klaseng insidente ay nagagamit lamang, no? Tignan din natin dahil ito ay napakatagal na issue. Way back November 2018 pa ito. To be exact, I think kundi po November 14 ito yata itong nangyari na ito. And in fact, ito pong tao na to ay naaresto. He was charged for robbery, frustrated murder, and illegal possession of firearms. 10591. No? Tatlo ang kaso niyang kinaharap. At siya ay nabaril sa engkwentro ng ating mga pulis. Nandun siya sa hospital for so many months. Lumabas siya ng March 1 and the fiscal sustained his detention. Yung fiscal upheld his detention to sa custody ng pulis. So until now, nasa custody siya ng pulis. Hindi po siya na-re-arrest or na-aresto ulit. Siya ay na-aresto noon pa. Ngunit siya ay dinala sa hospital for medical treatment dahil nga may tama siya. Part of his head yata. Ngayon, maayos na siya. Nung March 1, nagkaroon po ng decision yung fiscal na in-uphold niya yung detention. No? In-uphold niya yung detention nung dun sa police station. So until now, naka-detain siya. Hindi po ito na-aresto ulit as being claimed. No? At siya ay nag-file ng kaso sa ombudsman. Mind you, nag-file siya ng kaso sa ombudsman. It was dismissed. Meron po akong kopya notice of dismissal dito ng Office of the Ombudsman. So, finailan ng kaso yung mga tao. However, kahit na po dismiss yan, I ordered for their relief, although na-relieve na pala, nung chinek ko yung mga tao na involved, All of them are being investigated by IAS. Hindi pa lang po tapos ang investigasyon ng IAS natin. And lahat sila, including the Chief of Police, ay relieved at nandoon sa Holding and Accounting Unit ng Quezon PPO. So hindi po ito re-arrest o hindi inaresto ulit. It is a rehash actually.
So sir, tingin niyo po sa nagagamit sir yung mga past na hinahalukay nila sir?
Well, hindi po natin alam kung anong motive dito, no? Hindi natin alam ang motive dito. Kaya nga yung ating mga kababayan ang maghusga rito, no? Some probably candidates will be using so many issues or against the government or even against law enforcement, no, para ituro dun sa gobyerno. Sana hindi po natin magamit itong mga tao o kung sino-sino, lalo na yung mga biktima, no. Huwag nating gamitin dahil maawa naman tayo sa ating mga kababayan, no? Kung pati itong mga kababayan natin ay gagamitin natin for our personal interest.
Thank you sir. Sir, regarding po sa cocaine sir, may update po ba tayo? May bago na naman daw po. Sa Quezon. Aurora. Sa Baler. Kaya nga ito, ang alam natin is marami ito. Kasi remember, way back last year, yung isang nahuli dun sa Solomon Islands, it carries around 500 kilos of cocaine. So, kung ito totoo na pwedeng may nag-capsize or pwedeng tinapon ito dun sa Pacific Ocean, dahil one time yung Papua New Guinea were also able to recover kilos of cocaine dun sa area nila, no? Kaya kung sabihin natin itong mga nahuli nila sa isang maliit sa yate, actually sa yacht, no? Sa sobrang lakas ng current diyan, pwedeng nag-capsize. Yun ang most probably nangyari. Either hinahabol yan, it's because there was a time also in way back June or September last year na may hinabol yung Papua New Guinea Navy na may pinagtatapon sa karagatan. At kung tignan natin ito, minimum 500 kilos ang sakay nito, ang laman nito. So we were ilan na bang kilo yung around 111 kilos so far. Plus siguro ilang kilo yung sa Baler ngayon. O so another 1 kilo, more or less mga nasa 112 kilos ang recovery pa lang natin. So probably pagdating ng ilang buwan pa or araw, baka pwede pang merong maanod sa atin itong cocaine na ito.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Ann Soberano.
General, good morning. Sir, tanong ko lang, sakali po ba may information ang PNP regarding po, kasi sinabi ni US State Secretary Mike Pompeo, sir, na yung pagpasok po daw ng Huawei sa bansa ay parang tinitiktikan po daw tayo gamit po yung firm. Ang PNP ba, sir, may nasagap na informasyon na yung Huawei po ay tinitiktikan po ang ating communication line gamit ang firm na yan, sir? Thank you.
Sa ngayon, wala naman tayong nakikitang ganon. I think yung sa amin sa PNP, all the radios ang, kung meron man, alam ko, they are allowed to bid. Kasi open bidding yung sa atin no? Yun ang nang sa atin. We cannot prevent a company from joining a public bidding. Kasi open yan, open ang bidding natin di ba? We'll be violating the law kung itong company na to ay hindi natin payagan, di ba? What is important here is kung talagang may mga ganyang information, we have to validate that, no? That is the work of our intelligence community. Dapat kailangan tingnan natin kasi kung totoo yan, syempre that's very dangerous sa ating national security.
So sa ngayon, sir, ibina-validate nyo yung information na ibinigay ni Secretary Pompeo?
Yes, naman yan, tinitignan naman natin. No? Tinitignan naman natin yung and yung sa atin naman maliit lang naman sa PNP, on the PNP side maliit lang naman yung natin, yung participation nila. So far maliit lang naman ang participation nila. I think with regards sa aming communications and electronic service, doon sila kung pumasa na sila sa bidding or not. Pero open yung bidding nila when it comes to communication.
Thank you, General.
Thank you. And last question will be from Catherine. Yes.
Sir, good morning. Sir, balikan ko lang po yung sa sinabi po ng COMELEC regarding narco list. I understand, sir, na it's up to SILG kung i-release ba nila yung listahan. But sir, sa part po ba ng PNP, do you believe or do you agree na unfair dun sa parte ng mga politiko if ilalabas yung listahan dun, with their names po?
Ang sa akin, sabi ko nga, it will be up to the Commander-in-Chief. It will be up to the decision of the Commander-in-Chief. If he decides to divulge the list, then we will support his decision. Depende yan sa Presidente. I think the agency involved, hindi naman basta-basta din ilabas yan without the probably the order coming from the Office of the President kung talagang he's the Commander-in-Chief anyway. No? What is ever since, ng stand namin dyan is, what is important here is the validation. Ito palagi ang stand namin since the time na lumabas yung since the first time na lumabas yung list na yan, this list should be validated. This list should be validated. There are times talaga na isang mga ganong information, sometimes it's really very hard to validate and get substantial evidence or concrete evidence for that, even documentary evidence. Puro chismis kung minsan, testimonial evidence, no? You have to get documentary evidence talaga or physical evidence na talagang ma-involve yung tao na yon. Sometimes talagang napakahirap, no? Pero sometimes in the absence, even in the absence of physical evidence, kung minsan talagang yung information mo doon sa on the ground, no? Talagang talamak naman talaga kung minsan, no? Kung minsan talagang hindi ka makakuha ng ebidensya. It's simply the same as the same as corruption kung minsan, no? Mahirap makakuha ng ebidensya kung minsan, no? That's why kung minsan yung validation natin talagang nagtatagal din. And kung yan naman ay validated, probably it's just fair for the Filipino people to know kung sino itong mga to, no? Kung sino yung sumusuporta sa mga lefties, kung sino ang sumusuporta sa rebellion, no? It's high time that the Filipinos should know the truth, no? Para naman magkaroon ng desisyon na maayos, makapag-decide ng maayos yung ating mga botante, yung ating mga kababayan dito, kung sino ang dapat nararapat, no, na manungkulan dito sa ating bansa.
Sir, sorry, for clarification lang po, because you mentioned na karapatan ng mga voters malaman kung sino yung mga nasa listahan sumusuporta sa NPA. Sir, just to be categorical, you mean na kasama doon yung mga kasama mismo sa narco list, sir?
No, may separate kasi yan eh. May separate list on those allegedly giving financial support to the rebels, the CPP, NPA, NDF. At meron din naman na sinasabi na nasa narco list. Different list yun. Yung mga nasa narco list, not necessarily nandun sila sa listahan na sumusuporta ng rebellion.
Do you have any follow-up? Yeah.
No, sir, what I mean po is, nabanggit niyo po kasi na right ng voters malaman yung mga politiko na involved sa ganito and then involved sa pagsuporta sa NPA. So what we want to clarify, sir, is yung what you mean po ba ay kasama yung mga nakalista po sa narco list? Karapatan din malaman ng voters kung sino yung nasa narco list, sir.
Kasama yes, kung talagang sabi ko nga, if this will all be validated, I think so. No? Kaya nga ang importante dito is the validation and deliberation and adjudication of this information.
Follow-up,
ito ang pinaka-importante. Ito ang importante dito. Ito ang importante.
Thank you, sir.
I think yung taong bayan, they deserve to know. They deserve the truth.
Jonathan, sir.
Update lang po ko dun sa Momo Challenge. Napatunayan na ba ng PNP na totoo to or hoax lang talaga? Kasi ang dami nagsasabi, hindi to totoo. It doesn't exist talaga. Kamusta yung investigation ng PNP, sir?
Wala pa kasi kaming nakukuhang complaint with regards to this. Ang is nabalitaan lang. Pero as of this time, wala pang lumapit kasi sa amin, even din sa ating anti-cybercrime group. Baka ito ay parang, hindi naman natin sinasabi outright na ito ay parang scam, no? Pero kailangan sana kung merong talagang naging biktima nito sa ating mga kababayan, they have to come in the open, pumunta po sa amin para ma-identify natin kung sino yung naging biktima at kung sino ang posibleng suspect dyan. May pwedeng tumulong yung ating anti-cyber group ACG dyan. Pero as of this time, wala pa kasing formal na pupunta sa atin at nagko-complain. Yun ang isang problema natin.
Masasabi natin, sir, as of this time, the challenge doesn't exist.
Well, una kasi personally, I have no experience on it. Wala akong nakita yan. Pero ito naman ay simula nung lumabas yan, ay pinapaimbisigan na natin sa ating ACG. Wala pa lang feedback yung ating ACG dyan.
Thank you, sir.
Church, you still have question? Last.
Actually, reaction lang, sir. Kasi yung ACT teachers daw po ay magka-file na motion for consideration sa Court of Appeals regarding their yung pagpapa-declare unconstitutional itong kanilang sinasabi niyo pong tawag dito, profiling. So, your reaction, sir?
Dinismiss na po ng korte yan, no? I don't know kung talagang entertain pa yan ng I think these are all although karapatan naman nila yan. No? Karapatan naman nila yan. Karapatan din namin mag-file ng kaso sa kanila. If we will be able to get sabi ko nga physical evidence on their participation sa rebellion, we will not hesitate to file a case against them, and we will not hesitate to file pag-revoke ng licenses ng mga yan. Sa pag kami it's in the process actually. We are in the process of getting evidence, physical evidence against them also, and kung mapatunayan namin na, we will not hesitate to file a case against them also.
Sir, sino po itong tinutukoy po ninyo na you're looking at pieces of evidence against them?
Well, itong mga tao na suspectedly, no? Bakit suspectedly supporting the rebellion front? Kasi hindi naman kami nagsabi niyan. It is Joe Masison who said that. No? Hindi naman kami nagsabi niyan. It is Joe Masison who said that. No? Who is siyang nagsabi niya na front organizations nila yan. I don't know why until now they do not denounce that. No, hanggang ngayon di nila ma-denounce yun na they are actually a front organization of the CPP and PNDF. No?
Sir, last na lang po, follow up lang din po dyan. So yung profiling itself po ba ay nagpapatuloy pa rin yan? Or did you stop it already?
Sa ngayon, I don't know if it's, pero wala na yan since that time, no? Hindi naman kasi profiling yan. Again, this is all part of intelligence effort to maintain. This is part of our national security. This is part of the mandate of the state to protect its citizens from its enemies. Yun po ang sinasabi natin dito. It is the mandate of the state to protect every citizen from its enemies, from the enemies of the state. No? Whether yan po ay whether yan ay hindi, whether yan ay mga kriminal, pare-pareho po ang ginagawa natin dyan. It's not profiling. It's part of intelligence gathering. And again, sinasabi po natin, wala pong provision whatsoever sa Constitution na nagpo-prohibit to any law enforcement or to the Philippine National Police for that matter para mag-gather ng intelligence information. Dahil part po ng mandato ng PNP yan.
Thank you very much, sir, and that would be all for this morning. Thank